Okay, in this video we will look at inductors. The circuit symbol for inductors, we have this line like this, and we indicate inductors by L. And the units for inductors is henries. And typically we just write H. This is the units for inductors. And inductors store magnetic fields. Inductors are also used in NFC applications, for near field communication applications. So we've heard of NFC in the smartphones. So if you look at the back of a lot of these smartphones, you have this loop that looks like this. And the more loops you have, the more inductance you have. So you have this kind of loop inductor. In most cases, this loop is very compact. So rather than having something like this, you may have something that's much more closer to the line's edges, like this. So you can have a more compact inductor. So this is an inductor, and this actually crosses over, and you have a positive and a negative connector here. And so current will flow through here and go around this inductor and go across here. So you'll have to have some connection to this inductor. Inductors are used to create filters. Filters are it's an electrical device or application which filters through certain frequencies. So you can have a source here. Remember, when you have a squiggly line like this is an AC voltage. The voltage and the current will oscillate like this. So also meaning basically that this has a frequency. And so the voltage, and you have the current that's flowing through it, goes through a resistor and can go through an inductor. And so if you measure the output across here, then basically what this circuit does is it filters either low frequencies or high frequencies. In this case, this is a high-pass filter, meaning it'll pass through signals at high frequencies, and it will block signals at low frequencies. Low frequencies would be something close to DC, 1 Hz, 2 Hz, 3 Hz, 60 Hz, something that's low compared to high frequencies. It could be in the kilohertz range, it could be in the megahertz range. Depending on the values for R and the value for L, you can design for the cutoff frequency. So at which frequency will it stop? Beyond which frequency will it pass through the signals or not? So this is one application. Filters is an important application. The NFC is a major application that you see in the back of the phone. Sometimes it's under the circuit board. It could be under the screen. So different companies design their NFC inductors in different ways. So the way that this works is, as the current or voltage flows through this, we have a magnetic field that comes out and goes in like this, a magnetic field. So this is one smartphone. You can think of this as your Apple smartphone, or it could be a Samsung or any other phone. And this is, if you place this near another phone, the other phone will have its own NFC antenna like this. Okay? And so here you have this connection plus and minus, and if the fields go through the other phone, what's going to happen is these fields will induce the current and the voltage. So through here you have current flowing through, you've got a voltage across this. So the voltage and the current in this inductor, in this phone, will induce a magnetic field These are the symbols for magnetic field. And the magnetic field will go through the other phone. So imagine you have two phones here, and the fields will go through each other's phones, which will induce, and that's how the data is transferred from one to the other. Another application for this is used to power the phone. Instead of plugging it into an outlet, these magnetic fields will power the phone, as it will induce current, it will induce voltage, and it will keep on powering up the battery. So that's another application. NFC for communication purposes, also for powering the phone. This is inductive powering, because the phone doesn't have to touch anything. It doesn't have to be plugged into anything. It doesn't have to touch anything. There doesn't need to be any contact. As long as it's close to these magnetic fields, it will charge up. So this is inductive charging. Okay, so you can think of this as also wireless charging as well. So inductors are used, has a lot of different applications. Okay, so here's a circuit symbol, the name, also the units, and the applications.